Hello dear students, I am Prabhat Dubey, your BST teacher. In the previous lecture, we studied about the nature of business. Today we will concentrate on the multiple objectives of business. What is the driving force in the mind of the person who is establishing a business or who is starting an institution? The motivational factors, the things, the urge that is igniting himself to start a business unit, to involve in trade. What are the objectives? So we need to know what is the driving force behind that, and the three categories are there. We have categorized these driving factors into three kinds of objectives. The first one is economic objectives. As we all know that earning profit is the most important objective of any business, because if you want to expand your business, if you want to support the society, if you want to provide proper salary and training facilities, development, sanitation to the workers, proper environment, working conditions, you need money for that. And all these money comes through the profitability of the business. If business is not in profitable mode, then you will never find proper resources, proper financial support to carry on your developmental and financial activities. So this economic perspective is very important. If you are indulged in any trade or business, then money should always be involved in that. But to earn the profit, your intention should be noble. You should be responsible in whatever activity you are involved in. If you are using some unacceptable measures or you are compromising with the integrity of the nation, or you are not following the guidelines, the principles that are devised by the government, then your activity will be under suspicious condition, and such kind of practice is not acceptable as per the business ethics and management policies and principles. So the means that you are choosing to earn profit and what type of product and service is being delivered through you, you have to be responsible in all of your activities. The product that is being offered should carry good quality. It should satisfy the need, want, or demand of the consumers. There should not be any hidden factor. That should be beneficial to the customer. The service that is being provided through your industrial unit should add some value to the customer. Then only your activities will be accepted in the society. Otherwise, if you are doing any harm to the environment, if your product is carrying any negative feature, it is just compromising on the health standards, then in the long run your company will be on the decreasing market capital and business ethics, brand identity, all things will be compromised. Your growth, your development will be checked in the long run. So a company should take responsibility to all the activities that are guided by the management. So we understand economic objectives. In your book, under economic objectives, some features are mentioned. Under economic objectives, the following objectives are there. Is a subdivision of the economic objectives: survival, profit, and growth. You know that to survive in the competitive market, you need money, and that money comes from profit that is generated through the business activities. If profit is not there, you cannot expand your business, you cannot establish any other manufacturing unit. If you want to purchase some advanced machinery for your production and logistic support, you will not be able to do that. Okay, so all type of further expansion, growth, and research and development, money is needed, and that money comes from profit that is generated by the company. So you can understand how important economic objective is there. Even if you are operating the business for social service, so you need money to support the social cause. If you want to work for the education of the underprivileged students, if you want to work for the upliftment of the rural people, if you want to provide employment opportunities, if you want to provide them skill development, training, all these activities involve money. So first you have to concentrate on earning justified profit, then that profit can be used for the development of the underprivileged class. Okay. What is the social objectives that we are talking about? The second one, it is also very important. The society in which you are operating, you should be responsible for the society. You have to take proper care of the environment where you are operating. If you are doing good in your business and the people around you are suffering a lot, they are not able to meet their basic need, then it is moral responsibility of the company to first take proper care of the environment where you are working. Then you can concentrate on the expansion of other areas. If the people who are near your company or in the vicinity of the company are suffering from any chronic disease or they are not able to meet their basic need, then it is the moral responsibility of the company to first look into this problem. First, make a healthy environment around your company. Then you can provide support to other places, other institutions or organization. Okay. So supply of desired quality of product. First, the company should be responsible to the customers. Your product should possess good quality and should add value to the customer. Avoidance of unfair trade practices. Your company should not involve in unfair trade practices. That's motive is only to generate profit on compromised standards. Okay, that we discussed in the first one, economic objectives. You have to follow every rule and principle, and your production, your marketing, your sales, all the activities that is involved in making that product available to the customer should be justified according to law and policies of the government, state and central both, and it should be guided by business ethics. Okay. Next one is employment generation. If you are working, you need workforce, skilled, unskilled, and semi-skilled. So first you have to take proper care of the people who are in your vicinity. If the skilled, unskilled, or semi-skilled people are available in your vicinity, first you have to provide employment to them so that you can increase the employment level of that place where you are operating. It is your responsibility to provide employment. If the people who are needed in your company are not available in the local area, then only you can go for other places for recruitment. But if the people around you are efficient and effective enough to work as per your requirement, you should first give them proper employment. It is responsibility of the company. Social service or community service. As you know that different renowned institutions and business units provide financial support through their CSR activities to different types of NGOs who are operating for upliftment of the underprivileged class. Different types of support and guidance is being provided to the rural poor people. So the company can either directly involve in such type of activity or they can finance the NGOs. The ultimate motive is just to eradicate poverty and illiteracy, just to increase the life standard of the rural people who are living below the poverty line. This is the sole objective of any company that is operating basically in India. Avoidance of pollution. As we were talking about the environmental issues like greenhouse effect, global warming, that is the ultimate result of the release of toxic gases or solid waste, liquid waste into our environment. That is just creating an imbalance in our environment, in our atmosphere. So every activity, every manufacturing process should ensure that that activity should not hamper with the balance of the environment and ecosystem. All the gases, all the solid, gaseous and liquid waste material that is being discharged through your manufacturing process should be treated properly. It should not hamper with the proper balance of the environment. If you are releasing greenhouse gases in the environment through your manufacturing process, then you are polluting our environment, and such type of manufacturing unit are not given proper license. Government takes proper control on that manufacturing processes because government know the importance of saving our environment. Sustainable development is needed. That's why different types of policies are there and different types of institutions are also there who take proper eye who take proper care of the activities that are being involved in your manufacturing process. There are timely visits of the environmental officers, pollution control board officers, and other agencies also involved in regular checking of the company, their manufacturing process, their release of toxic materials if there is any. So in such manner, the sole objective is to decrease the level of pollution to maintain a healthy environment. So we understood how important the social objective is. Now the last one is human or personal objective. If the objective of the company is being fulfilled, but the person who are working day and night for the benefit of the company, they are not getting equal good salary, good condition, proper care, training from the company, then there will be a grievance. So if your workforce is dedicated and supportive enough to work for the company should also take proper responsibility to manage their need, want and demands if they are justified. So if the workforce is not satisfied, then in the long run your profitability and your brand image will be compromised. So each and every person who is working in your company is your responsibility. The person who is managing all the activities of the company, like chairman, MD, who is the head of that institution, should always ensure that there should not be any discrimination in the employees irrespective of their education and authority level. Whoever is working in your company is the asset of your company. If the person is dedicated, he is working hard, then you should provide all the proper salary, emoluments, promotion, all types of facilities that are to be given according to the law and policies of your company. Okay. Now we will move to the role of profit in the business. What is the utility of the profit that is being generated in your company through different types of manufacturing and service providing? So the first one is survival. Money is needed for survival. If you don't get profitable business, if your business is not profitable enough to support all the developmental activities, all the daily activities that need some finance, like you have to provide salary, you have to procure raw material, supply chain, all these activities should be financed by the profitability of the business. So money is needed, profit is needed to survive. Otherwise, there are chances of failure. That's why different types of MSMEs, around 90% of small units that are involved in any type of business get closed within 1 year of their operation. This is the very sensitive issue of our industry, and that's why government is providing different types of support to eradicate out this problem, to increase the success ratio of the new ventures, MSMEs basically. Expansion and growth. For expansion and growth of the company, money is needed. So if you are earning good profit, then only you can take some part of the profit for expansion and growth, and rest to be kept for the operation of the business. Daily operation also need finance, and the further expansion, the long term and short term goals are needed to be financed by the profitability of the business. So higher the profitability, higher the chances of growth and development in the organization. Symbol of efficiency. Your profitability is symbol of your efficiency. If you are not getting good profit, it means that your management, your working team, your production unit is not efficient enough to provide good product with efficiency and effectiveness. In the long run, your efficiency will be checked by the profit you are generating. If a company is investing 100 crore, another is also investing 100 crore, after 1 year, what is their profitability? That will show their efficiency, how effective they are in understanding the competitive scenario and offering the product and service according to the need and taste of the consumer. Fourth one is reward for bearing the risk. As you know that in every business activity, every trade, risk is involved. So the people who cannot take risk should never involve in business. They should go for job or any secure employment. So the return of this risk is profit. The profit that you are generating, there is no limit to the profit in the business. No job can provide you 1000 crore of profit in a single year. But to earn that 100 crore of profit, you can understand what is the level of hard work, what is the level of efficiency, what is the level of risk that an entrepreneur or the person who is starting the new venture is taking. You can understand the pain that is suffered by the person who starts a new venture. It is very difficult task to manage the affairs of the company in the starting period. And if you are effective and efficient enough to bear that pressure, then there will be no limit to your profitability. There are several examples of companies like Infosys, Reliance, Tata, who are leaders in the business environment through their hard work, dedication, and perseverance. Last one is help to gain reputation and goodwill. If you are earning good profit, your business operations are good enough as per the law and requirement of the government. If you are following all the principles and constitutional framework and you are earning good profit, then you will get a proper recognition in the market. The customer will also respect you and your competitors will also respect you. Okay, in the long run, you will earn reputation and goodwill through your business activities. If your product is offering good quality, your service is getting recognized in the customer, then the brand identity, a brand loyalty in the customers will be developed and you will get a reputation and goodwill in the market. Okay, people will blindly buy your product and avail your service if your recognition, your acceptance in the market is good. So the companies who just want to establish such type of reputation never compromise with the business standards and product delivery, product features, and service providing. They always take the demand taste of their consumers at first. They never compromise on their standards, and this is the basic key to sustain in the competitive scenario of business and trade. Okay, so through this we are ending this discussion. Tomorrow we will meet again and keep on discussing the next topic. Okay, thanks.